And turning our focus back to the big night for the Texas Longhorns.
The 7th-ranked Longhorns held on to beat TCU in Fort Worth tonight. Texas now 9-1 overall on this season. KVUE's Tyler Feldman has a closer look at how it all went down tonight. Hey, Tyler.
Guys, they just can't win in a normal fashion. It always has to be close at the end, but it was quite the night for the Longhorns up in Fort Worth. Texas football already off to its best start since 2009. Got its starting quarterback back tonight. Yeah, Quinn Ewers back like he never left. Took a little bit of time, but he really found his groove in the second quarter. Adonai Mitchell, check it out. 9th touchdown catch of the season. Ewers throwing for more than 300 yards. That one score, he also had an interception. Jonathan Brooks, meanwhile, an absolute beast. Nearly 200 total yards, 2 touchdowns. He did get injured, though, and had to leave the game in the fourth quarter. Hopefully, we'll get more updates on his status later on in the show. Speaking of shows, Texas put on a show at times tonight up in Fort Worth. Horned Frogs did go down without a fight, though. They made it close, but the Longhorns hold on 29-26. Longhorns survive once again as we welcome in my good friend Jeff Jones. Jeff, you were there. You got to tell me your instant reaction from this one.
Yeah, my instant reaction is something basically like what you said a moment ago. The Horns just struggle to win games that look easy. Put teams away once they get on top. Tyler, honestly, it feels like we've watched the same mediocre movie with a not-so-happy ending over and over again. That movie script goes like this. The Longhorns go out to a 20-point lead. They let their opponent back in it, and somehow Texas hangs on late. Now, hanging on late is very important, and UT has gotten very good at just that. So we've kind of grown to expect them to find a way to put games away when it matters most in the fourth quarter. What we saw today was the return of starting quarterback Quinn Ewers, and the two things that jumped out to me, he got a check plus for his decision-making. I saw him throw some balls out of the bounds and check some balls down that needed to be checked down. He wasn't forcing big plays that weren't obvious there, so that's a good thing. What I think he can improve on it and get back to his early season form in is his deep ball accuracy. We saw some balls that were underthrown deep. Even the one on 3rd and 12 that happened right here on this end zone late in the game. It was a deep ball to Adonai Mitchell that kind of put this game away. That ball wasn't quite on target like we've seen Quinn hit him to Adonai earlier in the season, but Adonai made a great adjustment there, caught the ball over his shoulder, and was able to get a first down that really sealed this win. So Tyler, all in all, a win is a win. The Longhorns are now in sole position of first place in the Big 12, which is, of course, a great thing. But we got to see this team just put teams away when they get up big, because this hanging on at the end will come back to bite them at some point in the season.
Jeff Jones at Amon G. Carter Stadium. He had a lot to unload. Jeff, we'll get back to you in just a bit. You've got now the game at Houston, where the Longhorns had to survive. Kansas State, the Longhorns had to survive. And now this game tonight, the Longhorns had to survive. So here's the deal when it comes to figuring out which two teams have the best chance of playing in the Big 12 championship game. According to ESPN's FPI and the Big 12 tie-break rules, if Texas, Kansas State, Oklahoma State, who got crushed by UCF today, and Oklahoma all went out, the Longhorns and Wildcats would be the favorites to play for the Big 12 title. So Brian Quitta, you look at the Longhorns, last 2 regular season games at Iowa State at night, then home versus Texas Tech at night. Should be a lot of fun.